How are you doing? I'm so excited for all of you that are tuning in. Listen, do me a great favor. On tomorrow, those of you that are in the Orlando area, join me in our broadcast center, 12 noon tomorrow. Make sure you be a part of our service. All right, 631 Triumph Court, Orlando, Florida is going to be very powerful, very impactful. Those of you, don't forget, you can also tune in as well, right around 10:30 for Time in a Word. And of course, we go live with our broadcast at 12 noon. But if you need a special blessing and you need prayer, you need God to do something supernaturally in your life, you don't want to miss an opportunity to meet me in the building at 631 Triumph Court, Orlando, Florida. You probably want to get there by 11:30 sharp so you can get into that praise and worship, my God, and then there'll be a time to flow right into the Word. So I want to encourage you out. If you're expecting God to do something big and great for you, join me in Orlando, Florida at 631 Triumph Court, and I look forward to that. Love you all much, family. God bless you. Hope to see a lot of you, and make sure you tune in and share this live. God bless you. God bless you, my fellow believers. I got a special guest joining me today, Khadijah Romney. It's going to be awesome, fantastic. We're going to be talking about some great and wonderful things that's going to help to build you spiritually. You know her. She has always joined me on the programs before and just got some great insight, great nuggets of revelation that will help you in business and help you to develop your skill. She is the business owner, founder of Planning a Better You. So listen, it's going to be very interesting. You don't want to touch that dial. Share this video with somebody, whoever it is that you can share with. Share this video right now. Do not touch that dial. Here we go. Let's go into it. Khadijah,
Yeah.
God bless you.
God bless
Did I almost pronounce the name right?
Yeah, almost. It's Khadijah.
Khadijah.
Yeah.
I felt like I came close.
Yeah, you did.
Hallelujah.
Real close. Yeah.
I felt like I just went to Niagara Falls, and start overlooking the waterfall. Yeah. So praise God. Thank you for coming on the program today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this right here mean a lot, and of course I'm excited. I'm serious about it. But we are in a turn of events. All right, we're literally in a time where situation has changed. So we're in a turn of event. We are in a new, my God, a new era, a new era.
Yeah.
So I think I would just start out. First of all, go ahead and introduce yourself. I know you always do that. So, tell us a little bit about your business, because I'm getting excited. I want to go in it so fast.
Yeah.
So let me get you to do what you need to do.
So hey y'all, how are you? My name is Khadijah Romney. I am with a company called Planning a Better You. I'm actually the CEO of Planning a Better You, and it is a company that is designed to help you become a better self, mind, business, and spirit. And we do that through our literary material, our workshops, and quarterly and yearly retreats. What I mainly do and what my main focus is helping you to align your goals with your purpose and to manifest your vision, right? And then to make sure that you aren't leaving money on the table by not monetizing your gifts and your talents, right? So I help you to dig into that and making sure you're aligning the proper goals with your purpose, right?
Wow, a mouthful.
Yeah.
A mouthful. And of course, she's going to go into it, and she's even going to break it down even further. So one of the burdens that I've been having, that I've been dealing with when it comes on to people and individuals, especially when I'll be doing the live videos and, ministering to persons, and a lot of people say, well, I'm not working, and I'm just kind of, I feel their pain or their struggle. I could, I feel what they're going through.
Yeah, it's heavy.
All right, and it's really heavy, and it's like, my God, Father, I just want you to manifest a miracle in your life.
Yeah.
So we're going to start out with this specific thing, and I want all of you, make sure you tune in, share this live, because this is very important. So I want to start out with this. I want to start out with the person on the couch.
The person on the couch that doesn't have a job.
That doesn't have a job.
That's
may have gotten laid off, may have gotten fired. How do we, let's start with the person on the couch.
First of all, if you're on the couch, that means you're in a state of depression and you're hopeless, right? you need motivation. So your very first step is to get motivated. What motivates you? You need to write a list of some of your motivators. What are some things that trigger you to get you into a motion of wanting to excel or wanting to thrive, right? So that's one thing that you need to do. If you're on the couch and you're down and you're depressed, you need to find joy. You need to find what makes you feel uplifted. It's a scripture that says, for the spirit of heaviness, put on the garment of praise, right? So you're feeling heaviness, but the garment of praise is something that not just praise out of your mouth, but it can be equated to something that is going to uplift you, something that is going to motivate you, right? So think about what are your motivators? So that's step one for the person that's on the couch, right? So you're the person that's on the couch and you're not depressed, you're not demotivated, but you don't have a source of income coming in. Your first thing, your second thing needs to be, or first thing if you're not that person, is go into prayer. Listen. Y'all, it may sound cliche, but everything you need is inside of you. And guess who put it there? God. Everything you need to be successful, everything you need to go to the next level, everything you need is inside of you. It may need to be fine-tuned. You know, you may need to learn another skill, but it's already the seed, the potential is in you already. So who helps develop that is God, number one. So you want to incubate that seed in prayer, and you want to start praying and saying, God, okay, this is my situation. Show me a sign. Show me what should I do. Reveal my talents to me. Reveal my gifts unto me. And the very thing that he reveals as far as your talents and your gifts, that's going to be the thing that you can probably take to the marketplace. That's going to be the thing that you can probably monetize off of. But you won't know that unless you get into the presence of God. Just because you're good at it, right? Just because it's an acquired skill, something you learned over time, doesn't mean that it is your God-given talent and it is your God-given gift. Those things that emanate from the throne room of God into you, those are the things that's connected to your purpose. So us as the body of Christ, as believers, we want to make sure that we are connecting whatever we're doing and whatever we're taking into the marketplace. We want to make sure we're connecting it to purpose. So that's one place that you can start. You can start with finding your motivators, seeking the face of God, and identifying your gifts and your talents.
My God, my God. So one of the things I wanted to find out, and I already know the answer, but I'm just putting it out there. Now, for an individual that says, okay, I'm sitting on the couch, I'm sitting in this house, I'm about to be evicted, or you might be living with a family member, a cousin, a mother, or somebody, and they're pretty tired of seeing you. And you're saying, I know they're tired of me, and I need to go. Now, for the individual that says, you know what, I don't have ideas. I don't have ideas. I don't know where to get my ideas. I don't know what to do. Is it safe to say that, hey, let's watch some of those videos on YouTube?
I mean, a lot of people do that. Listen, because I'm such a purpose-driven person, Prophet, I wouldn't say that. Like, yeah, that'll work for you if you need that, right? So if you can't afford, let me put it this way, if you can't afford to sharpen your craft, right? You can't afford to sharpen your craft, and you know this is what God called you to do. Most certainly go to YouTube, right? But that doesn't mean you're going to make money because you learned another skill from YouTube. Like, that doesn't mean it's going to be blessed. You can know, you probably have an arsenal of skills that you've acquired already. Use what you have. Use what you already know. If you're a baker and you're a good baker and you know how to cook, guess what? Cook and use YouTube on how to market my cooking. How can I market this skill that I have? How can I package this in the right way? So you want to use YouTube for that, because you can learn all of these skills all you want. But if you don't know how to get people to buy, you're still going to be in that same position on the couch about to get evicted.
Okay. So my question is, can they gain ideas from rather a Google search or a YouTube? Can they gain ideas as far as what they would like possibly to pursue, or start doing?
For sure, yeah. You can look on YouTube, you can Google whatever, but ideas, it's a real tough thing for ideas.
I think that ideas are important, and some people are visual. You know, if they see something, they're able to say, "Hey, I like that. I'll try that." You know, that kind of situation.
Yeah.
And then sometime in those ideas, they don't necessarily know if it's going to be, you know, something that helps to, you know,
bring more money in.
Yeah, you know, propel them, you know, to venture out into new business and, you know, new things. And so, of course, there are multiple ideas, you know, that are out there in the marketplace, you know, and of course, we have to discover how could we start to stir up, you know, what might be laying dormant in us, but we don't know because we are not researching, we are not investigating, we are not trying to, you know, get ourselves, you know, up from where we are at. Because like I said, everybody's different. Like, you know, you're a person that could probably just sit down and come up with an idea and just run with that idea. And then you have individuals that they just can't find it. There's no spot in their head of which they can come up with an idea that will take them out of what they're in.
I get what you're saying. So it's two parts to that, right? So if you're in like dire situation and you just need to make money, by all means, go on YouTube, go on Facebook, go on Google, go on YouTube, go on Google, learn, you know, something, gain ideas and concepts to go and present that to the world. But if you're at a certain stage in your life, you can't afford to be wasting time like that.
Yeah.
Your ideas need to be directly connected to who God called you to be. Because when you begin to tap into that reserve, it's like, okay, this is something that I'm good at. Okay, I know that I'm good at helping people. That's all that I know about myself.
Okay.
Now I can use Google to go and research, okay, what are some, you know, business ideas for service? What are some business ideas for you? So now you're tapping into what you're created for. So I can say that. So
you are suggesting then that one of the things that we should really do is whatever you're gifted in, whatever talent you have, you probably want to focus on finding out more about your gift and your talent, what people are doing in those areas.
Yes.
So that, of course, you can help to advance those areas of your life and develop those areas. And I'm in full, you know, agreement and support of that. Another thing when it comes onto idea, because sometimes, you know, we are in desperation, and when we're in desperation, we act. You know, swiftly, you know, on impulse. You know, we act so quickly, and sometimes it affects us in the future. And a matter of fact, sometimes we lose money that we don't even have.
Yes.
And to give my little story of this too, I remember, like I said, you know, watching a YouTube video and you know, seeing what people was doing out there for money, and at a desperate time years ago when I was in need of money, and I'm watching this video, and you know, this guy is talking about, you know, all you got to do is send this video to that person and that person and that person, and I'm like, okay, the process sounds easy and so on and so forth, and you know, so I decided, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, it's not much money to lose at the time. I don't know if it was like $20-something or $50-something. Still money to lose.
Yeah.
And so they're like, well, you know, you buy this thing, you research it, you study it, whatever. And I said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spend this money, and I'm gonna get that package of information, and I'm gonna start this. You know how they packages and they sell all this stuff. I went ahead to that website and, you know, purchase whatever they were selling for me to get something else. Then it's leading me to another page and another page.
Yeah, they were taking you through a funnel.
And every time you go, you have to pay.
Yeah, that's a funnel.
You understand
that's
a funnel?
That's a sales tactic.
But I stopped at one because I realized that's a fraud right there. You know, so I stopped at one, and you know, that was definitely, you know, my loss, and I had to swallow that pill. The fact of the matter is that there are many things in time of desperation that we try to do, and which I have done, and I'd lost a lot of money in the past.
Listen.
And I'd learned.
Yes.
I had learned to just, I don't, listen, you know, when people come to you, they're like, well, do this, do that. You know, you can make good money here. You can make, you know, everybody's selling you their idea. I learned how to cut those ideas off. Not that they're not bad, you know, whether they're bad or good idea.
Just not good for you. You
but
just have to know what's good for you.
You just got to know what's for you.
Listen, when you're talking about losing money, I've been in so many situations, even recently, where I invested in like this product, and it's like, you know, man, you know, this target market, they love this type of product, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna spend all my, you know, my money on it.
Right.
And I mean, I got it developed, and everything is real. It was real nice and chic. And I began to look, when you get in the presence of God, he illuminates things for you to see. And God was like, that was a good idea, but that wasn't my idea.
That wasn't my idea.
And I had to repent. And I said, God, please help me. Help me to differentiate what's a good idea and what's your ideas for me, right? And when I repented, I was able to get all the money that I spent on that project. I was able to get it back because the people that was producing it, they messed up on a certain area of it. And that wasn't the instructions that I gave them how to develop it for me. So it was no use for me anymore. So that was God's way of just showing me, hey, stop going out on, because we are creative beings. Because we're, I mean, if he lives in us, we have that creative power. So we're always creating and coming up with ideas. If you're listen, if y'all haven't been Holy Ghost filled and baptized with the Holy Spirit, I urge you to do so. This is your moment to give your life to Christ. Not just because of the ideas that's going to come in, but because he's going to lead you and guide you on the path that you should go. God is, in Genesis 1:1, it said, in the beginning, he created everything, y'all. And I know we're talking about practical things, but God is so practical now.
Yes.
He's so practical. And he said, in the beginning, he created out of something that was void, something that wasn't there, it didn't exist, right? And he did it off of his words, something he imagined in his mind, and then he began to speak it. So if you can't get to the point where you imagine things, right? And you can't get the idea in your head, go Google that thing. Go Google it so you can get a vision in your mind. But you still got to speak that thing like God did. But he had like a creative flow going on. He was creating everything, you know?
You're right. I was just really bringing up the time of the pandemic, people losing their job. Because, again, people make desperate decisions when they don't have it, you know, and they want their ends to start meeting. And, you know, they make these desperate decisions. And like I said, you know, how I brought up the fact that I lost a lot of money in those times, you know, where there was no money. And I'm desperate to make ends meet. And so one of the things we want to point out, too, is to be very careful. Make sure that whatever you're doing is lined up with the vision that God already gave to you. You understand? That God already gave to your, you know, place into your heart, into your spirit, man. Or it's lined up with your gifting. And so it's much better to handle that than to handle something completely new. You know, because you're moving in desperation of things. Now let's talk about, because we're fastly running out of time, and I want to hit all these points. Let's talk about what persons can begin to do to get themselves going financially at this point in their life. So, you know, what are some, you know, can we throw out a few things that maybe persons could, business that they could start, things that they could focus on that would bring in, you know, a financial change in their life?
They can do the MLM. I think that's what it's called, you know, those businesses that you don't have to have product, but they have it, like TLC, Mary Kay, things like that. Like, you can get started up with that with low cost. And you know, you just have to go and do the work behind it. I believe a lot of people, what they think is money's supposed to come easy, but you got to put a little elbow grease behind that. So, you know, MLM businesses, you know, I think it's called something marketing, multiple something marketing. But those type of businesses to start a small cost to start up, and then you're able to make money by selling their products. They give it to you and you sell it.
And you sell
know, and that's a good way to make money. Another way to make make money now is service-based businesses. What service can, because you don't need product for that. What service can you provide someone, right? What service can I provide to you that I'm expert or semi-expert in, that I can provide you enough.
So that's
with it.
like service where if you do hair or those kind of stuff, like for example.
Yeah, like hair, cooking, meals, you know, balloon, you know, event decorating. You know, a lot of people, their love language is social. So, you know, they're going to, once the pandemic is over with, they're going to want to do events and they're going to want to go out and mingle. Guess what? You might want to learn a skill and you can go and learn that on YouTube, how to create balloon decor and things like that. So just things, you know, service-based businesses, you don't have to have a large capital to start off with, but you do have to be good at service-based businesses, because if you are not, you will not have repeat customers if you are not, if you don't sharpen your skill.
So you're saying that a service-based business is something that you can just literally almost start right away.
Yeah.
And it's a low cost start. You know, of course, if you have the skill set in that particular area of which you want to offer that service.
Yes, for sure.
Wow, wow.
Especially now in the digital age, right? Learn how to make flyers, learn how to make people are always going to need that now because we're moving into a digital space and it's happening rapidly. So if you don't have some type of digital skill, so now we're talking about acquired skills, things that, you know, you learn how to do, not your God-given talent. Some people are, God gives them a supernatural. Creative flow on how to create, because that's how I have that gift, right? And that's from God, but I don't, you know, and he told me how to maneuver that gift. But anyway, you know, finding your something digital in the digital space.
Wow, wow.
Anything it is, find something in the digital space.
And I think that the whole digital, or we'll say, or the internet world, to just learn, you got to learn that. Yeah. Because it is the future. It is the future. It is something that if you know, we got to wake up to. We got to wake up to. We wake up to our device in our hand, you know, and so we are always checking our emails. We are constantly online. So you know, that is the world today. And a matter of fact, it is the online world that today that's creating billionaires. A lot of these young kids, you know, younger than you, older than you, are multi-millionaire. They are driving what they want to drive and living where they want to live. And you're like, oh God, he's just blessing those people. But the fact of the matter is that, have you worked on your talent? Yeah, they're working what they have. You know, they're working what they have. And so that right there is really, really important. So we touch on service-based business, which you could start. Online business, you know, service-based business, tutoring, stuff like that. You know, there's so much online business. But let's talk about the online part of it. And the reason why I'm making so much mention of this is because here we are in the pandemic where, you know, we see that there's social distancing, things of that sort. And, you know, persons may say it may be hard to just get out, you know, and to just do what needs to do. But how do they go about really having an online business, even starting an online, you know, and having that business become successful? You have to know what the business is first. Just you got to come up with the business idea. It has to be attached to something that you know how to move. You know, if you can't, you can have, man. Listen, I back in the day, I used to do everything profit. I sold hair, I did mink lashes, I did nail, like I did it all because I was chasing the money. And a lot of those things, the reason why I moved around so much, because a lot of those things wasn't really taking off the way that I wanted it to take off, you know. But you gained the experience, didn't you? Yeah, I gained the experience, but for what in the end, you know? For what in the end? Because I got the experience, but I can't monetize off of it because it, you know, like selling clothes. Like I was selling clothes, but I didn't have the market for clothes. Like I didn't have the connections to move the clothes, you know?
So things like that, yeah, I'll make a few dollars here and a few dollars there, but a few dollars aren't going to pay bills today, you know?
I clearly get you.
Yeah, so
I clearly get you.
What do people know you for? What are you good at? What can, I mean, even like I said, if you got to do it, acquire talent and start something you never done before, by all means, if that's what God's calling you to do, that's what you feel that you're passionate to do, do it if you think it's going to work for you. But from my own experience, you know, this is attaching it to something that you're really good at. And but for online businesses, you can do that anywhere. You can find someone that creates websites, or you can go create your website yourself. A lot of online businesses, if it's not a service-based business, you're still going to need products, or you're going to need capital. It's one, I think, called Shopify. You don't need anything for that. I think they just drop ship the product, but there's so many people doing that, so the best marketer wins, you know? So it's pretty much knowing how to market your product. And
you just got to do it.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to let people know you're out there.
Yeah, absolutely, very important. And I want to give this one example before I go back. You brought up this this awesome point where you say you've done everything. You tried. You put your hands in everything possible. And you know, if I start going through a list of all the things that I had done and tried to do, I don't think I remember it all.
Yeah.
I don't think I remember it all at all. But I still don't regret. I mean, I regret the thousands of dollars I lost.
Yeah, that's the part when it started hitting your money.
But I don't regret the experience. Some of the experience. Some of the experience was very regretful, but I've learned a lot through trying and failing, you know, and it helps in so much ways as far as, you know, what your future looked like. But that was good for me because I was younger, you know. I could endure those days.
Yeah.
I could have made that mistake.
We gotta know
now.
who we're speaking to right now. Like, if you're 30 and above, you can't
I could have made that mistake now. You know, not with a family and responsibility and a matter of fact, all them their ears too. I had a family responsibility, but can you imagine trying to do that now?
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. But what I think I wanted to do, I just wanted to encourage those of you that, you know, don't just sit around on the sofa, you know, or just, you know, throw up your hands and say, you know what, things is not working out. You have to, you know, remember the story where the Bible talks about Isaac dug a well and somebody came and claimed that well, and he had to go dig another well and somebody came and claim it. So you gotta constantly be digging. Yeah. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Dig your way out.
Yes.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
You know, dig your way out. You know, like be constant, because God have a time where He's going to bless you. And like you said, asking God for vision. Lord, open mine eye, give me vision, give me direction. Those things are very important. You understand? If we're not praying to God for vision and direction, Lord, I need to survive. And then let's talk about this. And I thought you brought this up earlier. I'm literally running out of time. Let's talk about this really quick. Let's talk about lazy people.
Yeah. Look.
Because you got people with desire, but they're lazy.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't expect to get something without putting anything in. It's just, it doesn't work that way. That's like the men in the Bible they talk about with the talents. You know, he came and he gave them the talents. It meant money, but he gave each one some money, and the lazy one went and took the money and buried it and said, I didn't have enough. I ain't have enough money to go and reinvest it. I ain't have enough. You got everything. Listen to me. Those of you that is sitting, you're waiting for a handout, you're waiting for it to be easy, wake up call. It's life. It's not going to be easy. It's a journey. So on journeys, you have smooth rides, you have bumpy rides, you have rainstorms, you have clear days. It's a journey. So don't expect someone to come and to just hand it for you. I know a lot of you are waiting for a dog to come with a bag of money in its mouth. It's likely it's not going to happen. You have to take what's already inside of you, what you already know, and figure out, how am I going to monetize it? How am I never going to be in this situation again where somebody is telling me I cannot provide for myself? You know, so you need to really be determined. It comes with determination. It comes with discipline. It's so many different character traits that you have to develop.
Yes.
But I love that what God tells us. He says in, I think it's 3 John chapter 2, he says, I wish above all things that you will prosper and be in good health, just as your soul prospers, just as your mind prospers. So that's all you got to do. Feed your mind. Prosper your mind, and everything else is going to prosper for you. I guarantee you. It's the essence of who you are. So some of you that are lazy, it's because you have a lazy mindset, and you need to shift that.
Man, I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, I need to call this show Money, Love, and Hate. Money, love, and hate.
Yeah, man.
I'm serious, because I'm telling you, like, we have to hate being broke.
Yeah. Listen, and then we hate being broke, and we hate reading. We hate learning. You can't have them both.
Yeah.
You got to love. I mean, even I hated college. I did, but I knew I needed to get a degree.
Right.
I'm not operating in it now, but I went and got the degree. I hated taking tests. We got to do things we hate, y'all, for a better life for our children, to leave a legacy behind. It's not easy. It's work. You got to put in elbow grease.
Yeah, absolutely. Lord family, I hope that program was a blessing to you. Very inspiring, very encouraging, life-changing. I am going to be producing many more of these programs. And guess what? I want you to be a part of what I'm producing. I'd love for you to be a part of my program here on Prophet Ricardo McCollum TV. I want you to truly be a part of this. Now, I have some information on the side of me that you can do this. I want you to subscribe. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to Prophet Ricardo McCollum TV, all right? Or follow me on Facebook, all right, at Prophet Ricardo McCollum TV. I want you to stay connected, because I have some great and wonderful things that's coming up. If you have something that you want to share, and you can also do this virtually, I want you to inbox me, all right? Maybe you have a testimony, maybe you have a business, whatever it is. I would love to have you on one of my programs, sharing with the world about what you're doing. These are great times for some great things to happen. All right, so all the information that you need is right there on the screen. So make sure today you subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as you follow me on Facebook. All right, and I look forward to that so much. Thank you so much. Don't forget today, if this program has touched you, you want to continue to support and be a blessing. All the information is on the screen, how you can sow and even support this ministry going forward. Thank you so much. I love all of you and appreciate all that the Lord is doing in your life. All right, now this same program, I got a part 2 that's coming up, all right? So I know you only saw just a half an hour of this program, but the other half is just as interesting. So I want to make sure that you get to watch the other